all, welcome back. Let's see today that how we can set up the DNS server and Active Directory on our Windows Server 2022. In order to do that, the first thing you have to launch is your server manager. Over there, you have to go into the second option which says add roles and feature. The moment you click over there, it will gonna give you some option. Just click next. Followed by it will gonna give you an option whether you want to install it on a VDI or on a actual server. So you can select the first one in our scenario, and then it will gonna give you the pool name. If you have anything from the virtual disk, you can add that thing from here. If not, you can select the regular one just like mine. I have already created a DNS server, but we are gonna create another zone in that one for the reference purposes. When you want to enable the DNS services at that particular time, you just need to enable this service only. In my scenario, I have enabled both Active Directory as well as the DNS, but if you want to go with, you can enable these roles and feature one by one, not at the same time. Just click next, next, and next. It will gonna give you an option for the reboot after that. Once you do the reboot, your DNS server will be up and running, something like this. In our scenario, my machine name is testjk, and I'm gonna create a new zone, or I'll say a new DNS server in that one. So we're gonna configure a new primary zone. So the zone name, I'll say my new test. I'll say next. It will gonna ask you to make sure that you want to allow this one for the Active Directory access or not. I'll just gonna say do not allow for the dynamic updates. That is one of the most common feature that we usually select. Just say next. For the time being, I'll just say no. It should not have any forward queries. We will gonna create by our own, and it will gonna take up a minute somewhere, and then it will gonna create it the DNS server for us. So sometime it will gonna come up something like this, and you have to say finish. Sometime it gives you just say okay. Over here you will be able to see that there is a new forward lookup zone has been created in my DNS server. Now if I want to create a record or a new I'll say a or quad a record, I just need to select a new host in that one, and then I'll just need to specify the name. Suppose in my scenario, if I want to give the name as ABCD, it will automatically come up with my new server FQDN and followed by the IP address. You have to make sure while setting it up, the IP address must be the static at that particular time. Currently, I doesn't want to create any PTR record, so I'll just gonna remove this thing. I'll just gonna say add host, and it will gonna say I have successfully created a new host or a new a record entry in my zone. Now after that, I have to go to the reverse lookup zone. I have to create a new reverse lookup zone as well. But before that, I have to create a reverse lookup zone for my to all the DNS, and just say next. I'll say next, and it says 10.2.2. That is the IP address of my machine. I have to enter it here. Just say next, and I'm gonna select do not update automatically and finish. So it's giving me an error because I have already created the reverse lookup zone here. So after that, I'll just gonna create another. So if you want to create a reverse lookup zone, it will be something like this in the environment. Over there, it will gonna come up with the host name detail along with the FQDN which we have created. If you go back to your my test server, and if you want to create a record along with a pointer detail, you just need to click on this one. It will gonna create a pointer record for the same as well. So by doing this, you can set up your DNS and the forward and reverse lookup zone in your 2022 environment.